Before I show off the Coding Advisor, I think it's important to understand why we created it. We developed Coding Advisor because we saw two very clear and persistent problems that most medical practices have. The first problem is the fact that most practices are not getting paid what they deserve to be paid. And the second problem we saw are denied claims hurt the profit of your practice. What's interesting is both of these problems have the same source: a lack of knowledge regarding medical coding and billing, specifically knowing how to code and what or what cannot be included in the claim. You see, your practice's profits are tied to the quality of your coding and your knowledge of the rules established by payers. Therefore, if you improve the quality of your practice's coding and impart billing knowledge, your practice's profitability will also improve. That's where Coding Advisor comes in. It'll help your staff do a better job to make sure you're billing for all of your work, and it'll help them reduce denials, resulting in higher profits and a happier staff. So, how is it we're able to increase your practice's profits? Well, imagine for a moment that you had on staff an expert GI coder, someone who spends countless hours researching the nuances, all the aspects of coding and GI billing. Someone who travels the country providing seminars and speaking to other GI coders resolving their issues. Someone who works in an advisory role with major GI medical societies. Imagine how much extra cash a person of that skill could boost your bottom line. Okay, so you're thinking that'd be great, but who can afford such an expert? Well, what if that expert told you, you don't need to hire me, just buy me a cup of coffee every day and I'll keep your practice updated on all the latest billing and coding tips? If she told you that, would you take the deal? Well, that's what Coding Advisor is. We've taken Kathleen Miller, the GI coding specialist, and integrated her knowledge into an easy-to-use coding tool designed to maximize your practice's profits. It's a research tool that simultaneously teaches your staff to become better billers and coders as they do their work. Using Coding Advisor will enable your staff to increase profits by making sure procedures are not missed and by submitting cleaner claims, thereby reducing denials. Coding Advisor provides the right information at the right time. You're going to find your codes very, very quickly and all the information you need to make a better decision about how to use a code, including which modifiers to use, tips that you can use for other additional work, explanations about documentation, even illustrations and coding examples are tied right to that code and they're right in front of you. And all that information is always only one click away. But before we start the demo, and I'll show you how easy it is to use, let's look at some numbers so you can better understand the value of the product. Here's an example of expert advice which points out two things that can cause the denial with this procedure, as well as a tip to make sure you're aware of additional billing procedures that are billable if the work conforms to the guidelines provided for you. How valuable is Kathy's advice? Well, let's look at the numbers. Add an additional procedure, if justified, puts $300 in your pocket every time you bill because of this reminder. Assuming this would occur twice a month, our reminders would add over $7,000 of profit to your practice. With reimbursement fees constantly being lowered, it becomes more important that you make sure you're getting paid for what you deserve to be paid. And don't forget denials. According to the study conducted by the MGMA in 2009, the average cost to resubmit a denied claim was $40. Coding Advisor pays for itself just by reducing one denial a month, which brings us to pricing. Coding Advisor is affordable regardless of the size of your practice. It can be purchased annually or on a month-to-month basis. The monthly price is $55. If you purchase annually, it's less expensive at $550 for the year. Additionally, because you are a society member, you get an extra discount. If you break it down to a daily cost, you're looking at less than $1.50 a day per license. Like I mentioned, it's less than a cup of coffee a day. It's probably one of the least expensive things you can purchase for your practice that provides so much value. And remember, your profits are tied to your codes. Coding Advisor will provide your staff with the information they need to make sure you're getting paid for what you deserve to be paid, as well as reducing your denials. Both of these will enable your office to be more profitable. Now, let me show you how the product works. We'll see it in action.